Hello everyone. I'm finally here to bring you the good news that I'm finally doing the ARMS lecture that I said I was going to do like a year ago when I made the ARMS video. Everything's kind of a mess right now, and the preamp that this dongle is connected to is very old, so I apologize for any audio interference. But let's just get on with the lecture. So just like the previous follow-up video that I made like 3 or something years ago, ARMS can be very fickle. Like, not just to reiterate the things that were in the video of, have these strong poses or whatever and having them be like asymmetrical and talking with your hands. Common problem that I see a lot of players having all the time is like they'll try and throw it on every beat. So let's just say, crazy shuffle, like, and they'll be like, you don't gotta do all that. But let's say if you're stepping like this, right? Or we'll march it. Let's say if you're stepping like this, you can throw every 2 steps. Or you're gonna do some like swinging, sweeping motions. Go, right? Look at all that energy. See? You see what I mean? When we're talking about phrases, let's say Polar Night, where we're going from the pre-chorus step double hold that has a charge up before she says, I'm in love with you, or I'm gonna love you, or whatever. And then you go into the shuffle. To keep a cohesive image as you dance, maybe like 70 or 80% of the time, use your arms to bridge phrases or sentences or motions together. It's going to be a little tricky to do when I'm holding this thing. So, Polar Night. So, you make me feel like, I'm gonna do it on my mind, right? If I make you mine. And then me, I kind of let that charge up, right? The arms come out. And then when the chorus comes in, the arms stay in place. That's the bridge that creates the cohesive image that you're trying to paint when you dance, right? So, if I make you mine, I'm a lover, baby, right? Arms stay in those positions. Then you can start messing around with it a little bit. When it comes to like phrase to phrase or even measure to measure, right? You want to keep it all congruent by throwing your arms and maybe locking it and just chilling with it. So what I really like doing, aside from the Polar Night, let's say in general, let's say shuffle cats. After the first little shuffle section, and then it starts to go to the that part, right? So I'll like set up into it, and then I'll keep the arms there and just dive with it, right? Hit the cripple up, right? You do the same thing, so and maybe you keep doing that, or maybe in the the next 2 measures, you could start kind of opening them up a little bit. That it's a way to breed creativity and new ideas into like the same sound or a very repetitive song. Like you can get hella creative, like Trash, like the original chart. The chart that sucks dick. So let's say like Trash has got those freaking bang bang. You can use your arms to kind of bridge that together and polyrhythm that type of thing. What I like doing is like, so right in the first drop, I go bam bam however the chart goes. But those arms, you draw a lot of attention to the arms, right? To be able to cover up what's going on down here. So in a polyrhythmic sense, especially with a song as complicated as Dance with the Dead, disclaimer, I genuinely believe that in order to execute a song properly, Dance with the Dead is probably the hardest song in the game. For a general, easier sense of how to use your arms, just remember 3 things. If you're this far in the video and you still haven't watched like the original arms video, like, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch it, bro. Keep a congruent image using your arms. You're already good at shuffling. You're already good at T-steps. You're already good at SpongeBob's, I'm assuming. You don't want to keep throwing every single beat. Take it slower. You can throw it every single beat. Let's say like if you're locking, bro, boom, like that's usually something you change on every beat. But you can even take the components of locking and just hold it, then maybe change it into something else. You'll see that a lot. Maybe in like J-pop or whatever, you'll see people. They'll be like, wow, right? Throw the arm, kind of let it ride, where it keeps that fundamental position for a few beats while your legs maybe step at a different rhythm. Another thing I want to address, this is more of a artistry type thing. So now, you may have seen me talk about this before, where you've got all your Dance Rush basics down, but now you want to add more, right? You want some flavor, you want some of that zest, you want to express yourself and have like a style. This applies to like your legs, arms, body, everything, but let's just say your arms. When it comes to your arms, how you get to those poses that you've drilled out is not the same as the poses that you end up. So, sure, locking and crump has their types of like poses that they really fixate on, right? So, crump is like, I can't really do this with the microphone. Like, boom, right? Boom. And then locking, of course, is boom. And I pretend I, snap behind myself, boom, 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 stuff like that. Don't make fun of my locking. But those 2 methods of travel in between your arms is the flavor, that's the style. It's not the poses that it ends up on. So, I could hit those same positions, hypothetically. Sometimes it may not always look good. But hypothetically, I can go into those same positions and poses with different means of travel. So with my arms, if I'm going to get here, let's this is the locking position, but let's crump that, right? Boom. That is a common crumping pose to end on, just like it is locking. Boom. Oh, that one was kind of bad, but that's not the point. When you invest in the artistry and you explore all these different genres and flavors, and you get like the sensation of how your body is supposed to move when you're trying to express a specific genre of dance, then you can start applying that to these different like poses and positions you land on. What I don't want to see, this is arguably even worse than just doing nothing at all. What I don't want to see is the most like milquetoast, stale, I'm just gonna like move through these poses with no rhyme or reason. Like this is all the expression, right? But half that expressive battle isn't like the poses that you're saying, or like the message you're trying to send with those. It's like how that message is conveyed. What I'm saying with hitting the poses with the crump and hitting it with a lock, right? Oh my god. This video is going to be all cut up and shit. Look in a mirror and drill those poses. Even start making pose combos. Like one that I really like is like the double asymmetric wide arm while I like step with it. That's kind of common in like choreography and crump. Like, boom, something like that. Just throw that really quick. I like doing that. I'm trying to get used to working up here more too. That involves looking away from the screen, so it freaks me out. Try to work with like the directions that you work with, so like across from yourself or just outward of yourself. So I could be like my left hand, like boom, with my right hand, I could be like boom. You consider the angle of your body as well is the same message, but just with the stage presence being different. So I went well, let me use the other arm. If I went push away like that, or like pull if you want to do that, or if I looked away, boom, bring that back, or boom with the right arm. Arms is a very tricky game because this is where all the talking is. Most of the language, I could sit here and cut the shapes if I want to. Listen, I am a certified shapes hater. That's pretty much all like the main advice. There is a means of troubleshooting that I want to discuss. A phenomena that I used to have, and with a lot of players, I see this problem as well. This stems from what I talked about earlier of where you're trying to do too much, trying to throw in every beat, trying to hit your entire color palette of arm poses and combinations that you have. The counter advice that I offer for that is just pick a nice little position and just roll with it. Just chill. And here's some of my favorites. I've got the, let's pretend my hand is on my chest, right? I've got this one right here. Got this one right here. You know, let's say if I shuffle that out, that looks good, right? You got the party, where like your hands are up, maybe your wrists are turned, but you can kind of snap with it and you can clap if it's close enough, but usually just keep that close to your head. I think in that part I'm not going to bother editing in the Dempsey roll sound effects. This is supposed to be easy, and I can just upload it with a little bit of cutting here and there. But this phenomena that I mentioned earlier is a byproduct of this advice where I say pick a spot and chill with it. The last comfortable spot that I put my hands in is like the belt line right here. It's very swaggy, you know, it's pretty big with like crip walking, right? Because you stay low with it, kind of lean back with it, you know, grab the belt or like pelvic area. But this led to a crisis, if you will. And I've seen this from myself and like 3 other players. I am officially naming this phenomena dick hands. Because here's what happens. Is you get so acquainted with the belt hold that both your hands, they just kind of end up there while you're walking around. And you might start shuffling and throw it out for a second. But as soon as you stop there, you go like you're stepping, just magically back on the junk. You're right back on the belt. You're trying to grab the, it's like you get so comfortable with how swaggy and cool it looks, even for songs that don't fucking need to be swaggy. And you're just really like grabbing that thing, right? I'm thank God, man, I'm not actually grabbing it, but yeah, there's been occasions where I would dick hands so badly that I would incapacitate myself. I think it was like Nocturnus. I was playing Nocturnus. And there's the part in the second half that's got the freaking T steps after the first drop into the second phase. And it's got the quasi stutter step. But I was like trying to crump with it too. And then habit kicked in and I dick hand. And I slapped my fucking nuts so hard, bro. Like I slap it and I'm like, oh God, please let the song be over before it kicks in. I got like 10 seconds, dude. And I'm like riding for my life. And as soon as I hit that last like double jump hold and then the down at the end of the song, dude, I was like already feeling, I'm like, oh, thank God I was by myself. It was like a Tuesday. Oh, fuck. It was like a Tuesday. That's not an important part of the lecture, but in a nutshell, yeah, there may be variations on the dick hands phenomena that I want you guys to be very aware of. If you find that you have a very comfortable static hand position that you use a lot, when you record yourself or you look at yourself in the mirror, just really, really pay attention to how often you reset to that. If you guys watch my As I Go Again video, I have terrible dick hands, bro. Like, you're watching it, and it's stressful, because you're just wondering when I'm going to hit the dick hands again. I'm so fucking stupid. But if you've already come this far, whereas, you know, everything down here, like waist below is good, your legs work, or your leg work is good, awesome. Welcome to the arms training arc. But this one never ends. I would say that there's like 5 times as much in terms of depth for your arms than there is for your legs. Any tutters in chat, let me know. Okay. I think this video is over. Good luck, everyone. I wish you all the best. I love you all. Except shapes cutters. Goodbye, everyone.